Good evening, I'm coming to you live from the News Minute. My name is Paul, and as part of our initiative called as TNM News in a Nutshell, in around 5 minutes I'll be bringing you the latest and the most important stories from the south of India. Let's begin from Kerala. In the twin murder case of the Democratic Youth Federation of India, the two people who were allegedly hacked to death in Venjaramud in Trivandrum on Sunday, a new angle to the entire murder has surfaced, in which the DIFI has actually released an audio of Congress MP Adur Prakash speaking to Shajit, who's one of the accused. And earlier, the Industries Minister E.P. Jayarajan had alleged that Adur Prakash, the MP, has links in this particular murder. And it was after that this audio clip actually emerged. And now they're demanding an inquiry. Just to give a background, 4 Congress workers have now been arrested in this twin murder that took place in Trivandrum. And the family of those two victims are claiming that this crime could not have happened without the knowledge of the Congress party and its leaders. And in fact, KPCC President Mullapalli Ramachandran had said this is a fight between two groups and is being portrayed as one that is politically motivated, and it has nothing to do with the party, is what the Congress is maintaining. However, now that a new angle has surfaced, we'll have to wait and watch how this turns out. Next update coming in from Tamil Nadu, the properties of VK Shashikala, who was a close aide of former CM J. Jayalalitha, worth rupees 300 crore, has been attached by the Income Tax Department. In fact, around 65 properties are there on the list, which also includes the land opposite Jayalalitha's Poise Gardens residence. And all these properties were bought between 2003 and 2005, and under the Benami Transactions Prohibition Act, all these have actually been attached, and all these properties were bought by Sri Hari Chandana Estates Private Limited. And it was found that all of the directors of this particular company were relatives of Shashikala, and they also found that no business and no cash inflow was actually there, which only means that there were Benami properties, and now properties worth 300 crores have been attached by the Income Tax Department. The second story also from Tamil Nadu, which is about the DMK General Council meeting is to be held on the 9th of September, and for the first time in the last 70 years, this particular meeting is going to be a video conference, and no one is going to gather at the DMK office. In fact, the agenda would be electing the new General Secretary and the Treasurer. Sources have told the News Minute that for the General Secretary position, the present Treasurer Durai Murugan will be contesting, and for the Treasurer's position, MP T.R. Balu, Jagat Rakshagan and former Minister Velu are the ones who are actually contesting for the Treasurer's position. Next update coming in from Karnataka, H.D. Kumaraswamy has said that money from the drug mafia was actually used to bring down the coalition government, that is the JDS and the Congress government. He happened to say when the coalition government was in place, that time the ring leaders of the drug mafia had actually escaped to Sri Lanka, and they were sitting there and they were funding different ways of bringing down the coalition government. H.D. Kumaraswamy, the former Chief Minister, while speaking to the media, happened to say that money from drug mafia and the cricket betting was used to bring down the coalition government. So big allegations there. We'll have to wait and watch how that turns out as well. Next update coming in from Telangana, CM KCR has written to Prime Minister Modi, and this is about reversing the GST decision. Very important letter in which he says the government is abdicating its responsibility. He has also said that the government should reverse the GST decision. We have an article put up on the Telangana section wherein we have put out 4 particular reasons why CM KCR feels that this decision is an abdicating of responsibility and why it should be reversed. So please go on the website and read all the 4 reasons why he has suggested the centre should borrow the deficit amount and he should also reverse the GST decision. So that brings us to an end of this particular bulletin. Updates from across South India every evening will be coming to you live as part of our initiative TNM News in a Nutshell. This is Paul Uman signing off. Have a great evening.